wrestling fans, F and True followers, and members of the YWC. Brian Crazy,
JC Styles,
and this is F and True Wrestling. We are back with our weekly wrestling review. On this episode, we will cover SmackDown from 6/10/2011. The show starts off with Christian cutting a promo in the ring. If you guys did not see SmackDown in previous weeks, Christian has turned heel, and on last week's SmackDown, he attacked Randy Orton with the World Heavyweight Championship post-match and actually took the belt with him.
Christian came out this week and basically wanted to see what the crowd's reaction to him was, and he got his answer. He talked about how the people who still cheered him when he came out to the ring last night, or Tuesday night, when the
for the crowd out there, let's just explain real quick. SmackDown is taped on Tuesdays, broadcast on Fridays in the continental United States, and I know it's broadcast on Thursdays in Australia and those parts. Yes. But please continue. I'm sorry.
But pretty much, basically, he says, I want to thank the fans who cheered me coming out from when I came out tonight. You get it. You understand what I did. And pretty much, basically, he spoke the truth. For the fans that booed him and didn't agree with what he did, didn't really understand why he did it. And just in case if you still don't understand why, basically, like every good-faced wrestler who has been faced for so long in a company, basically, when you turn heel, you get somewhat of a little bit more opportunities given to you, more than how you try to earn them as a face.
Well, it's basically, as a face, you're more trying to fight the honest fight. As a heel, you basically will take it any way handed to you.
Exactly.
A perfect example is The Miz. The Miz was willing to retain the title at any cost, and that's what made him such a great heel. R-Truth, like you said, the singing, the dance, and the games only got him so far. Now that he's turned heel, he's going for the World Heavyweight title at Capital Punishment.
WWE Championship.
WWE Championship, you're quite correct. We were just talking about the World Heavyweight title with Christian and Randy Orton. But basic end result of this promo is Christian seals himself as a heel and basically says he doesn't want the peeps anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants the peeps that are still going to cheer him and understand why he did what he did. But for the fans out there that don't understand why he did it and that just don't want to like him because he's turning heel, he doesn't really want anything to do with those type of people.
It's still an interesting situation though. You have Randy Orton, who's pretty over as a face, don't get me wrong, but he's still kind of in the tweener, and if you guys don't know what a tweener is, it's kind of in between. That's why it's called tweener, and that's between a heel and a face. Heel's a bad guy, face is a good guy, and Randy Orton's really a tweener. He's in between. He'll still do that evil thing, he'll still do the pump to the head, or whatever he needs to get the job done. Exactly. Now you've got a tweener and a heel going at it, so this could potentially be an all knockouts, no holds, just giving all they got into this.
Exactly.
Any other comments?
No, let's move into the first match.
Exactly. Let's jump right into it. We see Ezekiel Jackson, who split up from his core members in previous weeks, team with the Usos.
The New Nation.
We call them the Nation. The New Nation, and they went against Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, and Heath Slater, the Core.
And over the last couple of weeks, we've kind of seen Slater and Gabriel have been kind of on the worst end of a beating by Ezekiel Jackson, with Wade Barrett leaving Gabriel and Slater to take the beating.
Yeah, that was last week. He walked out on him.
Basically, post-match, we see a fantastic tag team match.
Yeah, it was solid.
It was definitely worth watching. Check it out on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they probably have it uploaded on WWE Fan Nation. But, it was a very good, solid match. And then, end result, we see Barrett once again leave Gabriel and Slater. And we see them to be beaten down by the Usos and Big Zeke. Post-match, we see a backstage segment where basically they ask Barrett, why did you leave us again? And he basically says, you don't have to defend an Intercontinental Championship at Capital Punishment. I do, and I'm not going to be out there. I'm not going to go out there and get hurt before my match. And he goes, well, you were nothing before I found you guys, and I made you into something. And basically, that was the fuel on the fire for Slater and Gabriel to say, you know what, we're done.
Exactly. That was the fuel on the fire that they needed to say, this is enough. And, you know, they got to that point with CM Punk when they went through the initiations to get into the new Nexus. They said this is enough, and finally Wade Barrett has, you know, pushed them to their limits. You know, they were tight with Zeke, and Wade Barrett, and due to his actions, Zeke's gone.
Yes.
Now they're gone. Now Wade Barrett stands by himself going into Capital Punishment to defend his Intercontinental Championship. So we'll have to see what happens there.
Yes.
So basically,
also that is a confirmed match for Capital Punishment. Just for those of you who don't know, that's an update. Is part of the official match card now.
It is. That is quite correct. So, end result, the core has broken up for all intents and purposes. The next match, we see a new, WWE acquiree, Jinder Mahal. He goes against Trent Beretta, formerly of the Dude Busters.
Squash match.
Trent Beretta tried to hold his own, but they just made this Jinder Mahal just look so powerful for absolutely no reason.
Now, me and Brian were talking about this through the whole match. We watched the match, but we really didn't pay attention to it because it was so quick. But Jinder Mahal, like he said, he did pick up the victory. He's now 2-0 in his WWE contract. But the thing about it is though, I remember back in the day when you would wrestle and they wouldn't put you in the ring against another jobber when you first started off. They would put you in the ring with like someone who's already been made or been in the business.
Well,
I mean, I remember when they did the draft, the first or second draft, when Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas broke up, and Shelton Benjamin went over to Raw. He had almost a month feud with Triple H, and he nearly beat him.
He was already an established star though from the tag team.
Yeah, but to build him more, invested more time, and they put him in the ring with a skilled wrestler as Triple H.
Dude, who did Kurt Angle face on his first night? I know he wasn't anybody that was that impressive.
If you go look at that, we have that on documents.
We do have that our old tape trading days. But check out who that was. If you guys can beat us to a comment, we'll owe you an effing true t-shirt when they come out.
Yes.
So we move into basically Jinder Mahal picks up the win. There's not much to talk about there. It was a squash match. They made him look, like I said, they made him look overly powerful for no reason.
No reason.
Then we move into AJ and Tamina, and I like AJ. They're billing her as the girl next door, the girl that likes Xbox, the girl that likes movies, the girl that likes hanging out. Joey Stringbill.
Yes, pretty much. She's definitely
Same here.
Definitely, you know, she's spunky, she's cute. She's kind of like the 2011 version of Christy Hemme.
Exactly.
But you know, she's got
the lovely Miss Hemme always gets my attention though.
She had such a good upbeat going out to the ring. You know, she didn't hold back. She wasn't afraid to get in the ring. She went out there. She took it to Tamina and paid off with the victory.
Tamina's a larger superstar, and I'm not trying to say she's larger, like she's fat or anything. She's large. She's tall. She's tall. She's a big girl, and you know, AJ is much smaller, and she did take it to her, and she did pick up the win in a pretty impressive contest. Then we go into a promo. We see Randy Orton come out to the ring. He calls out Christian. Christian appears on the Titantron, and basically they just go back and forth, building towards their match at Capital Punishment.
Basically says, I'm not really up to it tonight, bye. And Christian gets in his car and supposedly leaves the arena, only to come out later on in the show.
Exactly.
Then after that, we moved into the
Rhodes DiBiase backstage.
Yes.
First time we've seen Legacy together in, God,
since WrestleMania 26.
Yeah, 2 years. Well, a year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a half. Basically, what happened was they were sitting in backstage and they were talking, and Ted was showing Cody something on his phone. And then they started talking about, you know, I would appreciate if you let me call the action out there.
Yeah, basically, Cody, like you said, Cody wanted to take charge. And Ted's kind of looking over like, you're insane, why am I going to take directions from you? And he's saying, well, what were you doing?
We were a tag team, you know, for a very long time, a couple of years back. And, you know, and Cody basically went into where he was, you know, going on with feuds with Punk and getting his face, with Ray and getting his face smashed up. Basically, Ted was in the middle of his own drama with Goldust, the $1 Million Championship, and Maurice.
Exactly, and I have to say that Cody Rhodes' feud was definitely higher profile, but on SmackDown there was limited talent, so they had to work with what they had. I do like Cody Rhodes. I do like the new character. I do like the, you know, the disfigured, deranged Cody. But you know, at the end of the day, it is kind of funny, though. There's nothing wrong with the guy. He's just wearing a plastic mask. It's all up here.
It's all mental.
I mean, he's definitely kind of lost
It's like when Kane came out and he took the mask off and he went around for months picking on people because they thought they were making fun of him because of his face. It's not really that. Figured he's just a fucking ugly dude, generally speaking.
I mean, come on. Remember when he performed as Isaac Yankem? He was an ugly-ass dude, so nothing would change. But that's okay. But we see that Rhodes wants to take control. DiBiase's a little skeptical, but he's willing to go along with him because I think DiBiase just wants that feeling of being able to win again, being on the winning side again, because he's been on the wrong side
of a losing battle.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth, and I'm glad that you finished that sentence because I was kind of
I'm
focusing.
Gonna go check the time.
Sounds good. I was kind of focusing on our next match. We then move into Sin Cara and Ted DiBiase. We see Sin Cara pick up the win by disqualification. And then we see Teddy turn this into a tag match. Sin Cara and Daniel Bryan then pick up the win over Rhodes and DiBiase, which I was really hoping to see Legacy pick up the win. Then we see NXT Season 4 winner Johnny Curtis, and what's with the chip on the shoulder?
I guess he's basically saying he has a chip on his shoulder because he hasn't been used since he won NXT a couple months ago. But NXT Season 3.
You know what? That makes perfect sense, and I don't believe that I didn't put two and two together until just now. Okay, he talked about how he's only been used a couple times. He has a chip on his shoulder. Understand. Then we move into Sheamus versus Randy Orton. This is a non-title match, no disqualification. Like JC said earlier in the video, this is when Christian makes his return.
Yeah, Christian basically makes his return really quickly. Doesn't really do much. He comes out to try to hit the prettier on Orton, and
the kill switch.
Yes,
so the same move.
And basically, Orton pushes him out of the way. Christian gets back in the ring and then gets out, and then Sheamus goes for his high cross. Orton reverses it, bam, hits the RKO, 1, 2, 3.
Well, he goes for the high cross. He went for the high cross. Then
Orton reversed it.
Then he went for the bro kick. And then Orton hit the RKO.
Yes.
But
Orton won.
I thought Sheamus picked up the victory in that.
No, Orton.
I was pretty sure Sheamus did after Christian, but I might be mistaken. They've been going back and forth for weeks, so I thought Orton won last week, Sheamus won this week, but I might be mistaken. It is after 11 here, and this is the first time me and JC have gotten to get together in several days, so we're trying to produce as much content as we possibly can, and we're already talked about 15 matches already tonight. We're going to talk about another 10 more with Slammiversary, so excuse us.
So with this being said, we are running out of time for this video, so with our taglines, I'm JC Styles.
I'm Brian Crazy.
I'll let you take that one.
Learn to love it because it's the best thing on YouTube today.
And woo woo woo, you know it. And have a good night, guys.